Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, today we continue our lecture. So my lecture, as I mentioned earlier, is split into 4 parts. We have the simple process, closing WIP, opening work in progress, as well as the joint product and byproduct. So today I'm going to explain to you about the last part of my lecture, that is the joint product and byproduct. Okay, what is joint product and byproduct? So joint product and byproduct are two or more products produced from the same processing operation. First, we will look into joint product. So joint product is defined as two or more products separated in the cost of processing, each having a sufficiently high saleable value to merit recognition as a main product. So it is a group of individual products which are simultaneously produced from the same basic material and passes through a common production process or a series of production processes, and each product has a significant sales value. So joint products are products manufactured with real economic importance, and none of the product can be treated as the main product. Okay, for example, you have the dairy product. So the raw material will be the milk, and the product that you have or the output that you have can be cream, butter, and cheese. So cream, butter, and cheese are known as the joint product. And then, for example, in the oil refining, you are processing crude oil, and then at the end of the process, you will get gasoline, fuel jet, jet oil, lubricant, all this, gasoline, fuel oil, lubricant. These are all known as the joint product. Okay, so a distinguishing feature of the production of joint product is that the products are not identifiable as different individual products until it reaches a specific point in the production process. And that point is known as the split off point, or some books, they use it as the point of separation. So before the split off point, cost cannot be traced to a particular product. So what's the issue for your joint product? So joint product, you can see that joint product are products that you have from the same, that come out from the same basic materials and the same production process. Okay, and then normally each of these will have a significantly high sales value. And then before the split off point, you cannot identify the cost for each of these products. So if you see here, diagrammatically, I show it. If let's say you have the crude oil, from the crude oil, you have a common production process. You have a common production process, and then before this, you will incur cost. That cost that you have incurred is known as the joint cost. Joint cost, or sometimes it is used, the term that is used is common cost. So you have the common cost or you have the joint cost. And then you have the split off point here. So this is your split off point. That means after the separation point or after the split off point, you will have, in this case, you will have three products. These three products: gasoline, fuel oil, and lubricant. These are known as your joint product. Okay, after you have this, you can all some of these products you can straight away sell. You can straight away sell this product. So this product will have the final sales value. Sometimes your product will need further processing costs or additional processing costs. So they need to have additional process, they need to be further processed. So if you incur any processing costs after this, it is easy or not. Why I use the term easy? Because you know exactly how much is the cost for each of these products. So what's the issue? The issue is that you have a common cost. You have a common cost or joint cost, but you do not know how much for A, how much for B, and how much for C, or how much for each of your joint product. So you need to find some basis to allocate your joint cost. Okay, what is joint cost? So a joint cost is the result of producing two or more different products from a single cost factor. Like you see from here, you have a joint cost. And then the joint products are identifiable as separate products at the split off point. Only after the split off point, then only you can identify your products. And then all costs incurred up to this point are called joint costs or common costs. As I mentioned earlier, this is your joint cost or your common cost. And then costs incurred on the products after the split off point are known as the subsequent costs or additional processing costs or further processing costs. So here, if you were to incur any more costs, this will be your further processing costs or your additional costs. Okay. And then or the subsequent costs. And then these costs can be identified to specific products. As I mentioned earlier, here you know if let's say you incur, let's say 10,000 here. So you know 10,000 is the cost for gasoline. If let's say you incur another 25,000 here. So that 25,000 ringgit is the cost for lubricant. But if let's say you incur 100,000 here, you do not know how much is that 100,000 belongs to gasoline, how much belongs to fuel oil, and how much belongs to lubricant. Okay, and then the subsequent costs do not impose any problem because they are readily identifiable with a specific product and you can charge it accordingly. But for the common cost, you need some basis to apportion the joint cost. So what is the importance of apportioning the joint cost? Maybe because you want to determine how much is the stock valuation, how much is the cost per unit. You want to determine the selling price. Here, you want to know how much is the selling price. Before you can set the selling price, you need to know how much is the cost. So that's why you need to apportion the joint cost for each of your product. Okay, and then you want to check existing selling price to determine whether it is profitable to sell the product at split off point or after further processing. Maybe you want to make a decision, you want to sell, for example, gasoline here, or you want to incur further processing costs before you can sell the product. Okay, so that is basically things that you need to know for the joint product and the joint cost. So the issue here is that you want to identify how much is the cost for each of your products. You want to know how much is the cost for gasoline, fuel oil, and lubricant in this case. But before the split off point, you incur common cost. That common cost, you need to find a certain basis so that you know how much is the cost for each of these products. Okay, with that, I thank you.